13. Experience it in IMAX.
Friday night, Clemson freshman right-hander Davis Sharp was on the mark against the Louisville batters. Sharp 6 2/3 strong innings, allowing just 4 hits, a run, and striking out 7. He had some good defense behind him. Bo Makowski in right field steals an extra base hit and likely a run with that lunging grab to quell a Louisville rally. The Tiger bats managing just 4 hits, but 3 of them were big, including that 3-run blast by Logan Davidson, his 8th homer of the year, part of a 4-run third inning. Clemson was rolling on its way to slam dunking the Cardinals in the opener of a key series in the ACC Atlantic. It's the ACC on ESPN, a beautiful late Saturday afternoon here in Clemson, South Carolina. Game 2 between a couple of teams near the top of the ACC Atlantic Division. Number 10 Louisville against the number 19 Clemson Tigers. Hi, friends, and welcome in with Matt Crownover and Ron Smith. Pete Hannity with you. A 5-1 Clemson victory last night, just what they needed to get off on the right foot in this series. Matthew Davis Sharp, a fellow who was going against one of the best pitchers in the ACC, and he looked just as calm and poised as you could ever ask.
Yes, he was. Very composed, pitched to contact, was able to get the first batter of the inning out 6 out of 7 times. Very impressive outing from Davis Sharp yesterday.
And that pitcher for Louisville, Reed Detmers. Ron, the Tigers' first time through didn't look real good. He retired the first 7, but suddenly things clicked in the third.
Well, the Tigers made a really nice adjustment the second time through the order. They were laying off the pitch, the high pitch that was out of the strike zone, and then getting on top of the pitch that was in the upper part of the strike zone, and had, as you mentioned, 3 really big hits.
As we said, Tigers just 4 hits in the ball game, but 3 of them left the park. Of course, Logan Davidson with that 8th homer of the season to tie Bryce Teodosio for the team lead in that category. Kyle Wilkie on the next pitch after the Davidson blast hit his first of the year, and Elijah Henderson coming through later in the 5th inning with his first home run in a Clemson uniform to cap off the scoring Friday night. Starting lineup for the Cardinals, who lost just the 7th game of the season last night for them. Tyler Fitzgerald was 0 for 3. He leads off at shortstop. Jake Snyder, the left field, bats second. Danny Oriente was in right last night. He's the DH today. Logan Wyatt took a nasty foul ball off his leg late in the game and exited, but he's back in the cleanup spot at first. Alex Pinellas scoring the only run for Louisville last night. Justin Levy had the lone RBI. Pinkham in as the catcher today in place of Davis. Pinkham is their Saturday catcher. Drew Campbell, the center fielder. And Ethan Stringer gets a start in right field for Dan McDonald's team. Here's the defense the Tigers will run out there, and notable in left field, Grayson Bird about to play outfield for the Tigers for the first time in his Clemson career. Teodosio in center, Bo Makowski in right. Parker, the freshman, back at third for a second straight start. Davidson, Hall, Hawkins back at first after he was the DH last night, and Kyle Wilkie behind the plate. Catching a left-hander who's gone from the bullpen to the starting rotation with ease this year, the sophomore from Hilton Head Island, Matt Clark. He has been phenomenal since Monty Lee put him in that rotation.
Well, after a couple of weekends, the Clemson staff made a adjustment with their pitching staff, and it's been very, very successful, largely because Matt Clark has stepped in and continued to do as a starting pitcher what he did as a reliever, and that's throw strikes and mix pitches.
Let's get a left-hander to weigh in on Matt Clark and what you like about a guy who doesn't necessarily emphasize velocity, but talking before the game with some of the Tigers staff, he's very effective for a lot of reasons based on how he delivers the ball.
Yes, he can mix and match all different pitches he has, just like they're right there, first pitch strike. Is able to stay ahead of counts and throw strikes.
And arm slotting is so important, and he's big on that. 6-0 on the season will give you an idea as to how that lines up as far as the overall ACC is concerned later on. And he is unbeaten in his 10 decisions in his Clemson career. Matt Clark facing leadoff batter Fitzgerald, the shortstop, and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Clark against Louisville. He faced him last year, pitched a couple of games against them. He did not record an out. He allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, but nothing else. Comes off a game last week up in Blacksburg when he lasted 6 innings and an eventual win against Virginia Tech. Davidson at short, Fields throws, and Fitzgerald retired. And it's been a bumpy week for the shortstop. They got a rough game against Kentucky the other night, and now is taking it over so far in the series.
Yeah, and he's been the catalyst for this Louisville Cardinal club to this point in the season. In fact, he's led the team in RBIs.
And you noted last night how impressed you were with him at second base. He looks as comfortable there as at any of the other positions he plays, and I would think it's probably the most difficult. Goes the other way. Let's see if it gets down. It will, as it drops in front of Stringer. Mikowski waited to make sure it wasn't caught. He comes across the plate, and the Tigers break on top 1-0 on the RBI single by Sam Hall. Bird, his first time up, he flied out to left field, the very position he is playing for the Tigers for the first time in his career this afternoon. And he swings and skies one high and deep to right field. Has some carry to it in front of the wall. Stringer reaching, and it's out of here. Grayson Bird going deep. He might ask if he can play left field every game. Home run number 4 in the season. The Tigers build the lead to 2-0.
I saw that first pitch breaking ball. Oh, they missed the dunk. I'm sorry. You got to make that alley-oop. But the first pitch breaking ball and then a fastball again. Thigh high over maybe outer third. You think, Matthew? And just Bird did a nice job of stand behind the ball and really got that bat head to it and got it up into the air.
75th pitch coming from Nick Bennett. Ripped inside the bag at third. Down the left field line it goes. We'll keep an eye on Parker as he heads to third. He's going to be waved. Trouble picking it up in left field by Snyder. That helped the cause. RBI double for Sam Hall as Parker comes home. 2 RBIs in the game for Hall, and the Tigers build the lead to 3-0.
If you look at Parker running the bases, he gets a really good jump from first base, does a great job with his turn at second base, so that was close. The arm fake to second and throw to third.
Grayson Bird ran into one last time up, and now he lines one into right field. Hall scores easily. Davidson waved. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Down to second and sliding in with a 2-run double is Grayson Bird, and the Tigers build on the lead. 3 runs in the inning. It's 5-0.
Base position. Hawkins deep at first.
11th appearance this season for Griffith. Seeing eye slow liner through the right side. A run will score first and third. Still just 1 out, and the Cardinals getting on the board. It's 5-1. Hawkins has been caught looking his past 2 times up and also grounded out to third, and we decided we're not going to give the fella in the white cap with the red bill an error on that play. Swinging away again, high and deep to left center field, carrying well and out of here. Off the scoreboard for Briar Hawkins, and the freshman out of Cumming, Georgia, has his 3rd career home run. Tigers get that run back and build the lead back out to 5 at 6-1.
Well, what a swing. It looked he was on the pitch.
Old Jones came on for the Tigers in their 5-1 win last night and picked up the save. Lined into right field. They'll wave the runner around third. And coming home easily with a 2nd run of the ball game for Louisville is Snyder. He makes it a 6-2 contest. And the second goes Leonard, and an RBI single by Logan Wyatt. And check out off with contact was Snyder. You could see that was going to get down in right field.
Really on the line. And very deep out in right field is Mikowski. He's scratching his rear end on the fence almost.
Center field, Teodosio. Runner third tags. He'll be sent. Teodosio's throw will come to the cutoff man. So a sacrifice fly RBI for the pinch hitter Britton as Leonard comes in and makes it a 6-3 game, but now 2 away. And the Tigers 1 out shy of picking up a 2nd straight win in this very big series. Then 3/3 of an inning worked on Tuesday night against the Bulldogs. So Spire should be feeling pretty fresh. Chopped up the middle. Hall, fast man running to first, and that'll do it. Tigers closing out the Cardinals. It got interesting in the 9th inning as Louisville turned a 5-run deficit into 3, but Carson Spires recording another save, his 9th of the year. The Tigers' Matt Clark goes to 7-0 on the season, and the Clemson Tigers pick up another win in ACC play to go to 11-3 in the conference, 24-7 overall. Louisville dropping back-to-back games just the 2nd time this season. They fall to 9-5 in the conference, 23-8 overall, and their fine lefty Nick Bennett drops to 4-2 in the season. Right at the end of the ball game, I noticed the home plate umpire had a word or two for Carson Spires and perhaps for Kyle Wilkie, and who knows if that's something that may simmer overnight.
Well, I would hope not. It's not personal. It can't be personal, but gosh darn, the story of this game, Matt Clark, just outstanding pitching, and I think a great approach again offensively for the Tigers.
Yes, this weekend so far has been a strong approach of good starting pitching, great athletic plays that have led into good offensive approaches.
Tigers again using the long ball and all kinds of effective things offensively today. Grayson Bird with another home run, likewise for Bryson Hawkins, or I should say Briar Hawkins, and the alley-oop opportunity was awaiting the freshman. He executed it perfectly. Clemson wins a second straight game against Louisville. Same two teams tomorrow. A noon start here at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. A 6-3 Clemson victory. On behalf of Matthew Crownover and Ron Smith, Pete Hannity saying so long. This has been a presentation of ESPN.